Much like his co-president Elon Musk is panicking because it's all fallen apart around him. Elon is not only getting booted out of his little position in the government day by day, as his Doge continues to be a disastrous project that is not just dumb, but hated by all Americans, as it rightfully should be. But the hate is also being directed at his swastika cars. Yes, Tesla's stock continues to plummet, and Elon is freaking out. And that freak out was caught in a leaked call that just reveals how bad things are for Elon. And we are going to get into it. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me now. Before we can get into Elon's freakout, I want to show you the perfect example, illustrating just how bad it is spreading to the White House at Elon's corruption with Secretary of Commerce. One of the craziest people in the Trump administration, Howard Lutnick, right here.
God help us all. You wanted to talk about these gold cards. Now, everyone's saying these gold cards, right? Yeah, the Trump card. Everyone's saying this is a recipe for corruption. How do you prevent that from people, just shady guys buying their way in here and doing dirty stuff?
Okay, so you had the Biden administration let in 20 million people for free. So that's number one. Number two, we have all these programs where we give out green cards. We just give them out for free. We have a lottery, we have EB, the employment-based visas. All of this stuff is given away for free. What we're going to do is we are going to, for $5 million, we are going to get the greatest entrepreneurs in the world to come to America, to live in America, and to build in America. So they'll pay tax in America. They don't have to pay tax in the rest of the world. And they're going to come here, and this is going to be an amazing thing for America. If we sell 100,000 a year, which is what we give away, a portion, we give away about 230,000 a year. If we sell 100,000, that's $500 billion a year. It'll pay off our deficit, and it'll balance the budget of the United States of America.
And we'll have money for robots. All right, we'll see.
I like it.
We'll see. All right, I can't wait for my robot. I cannot wait.
Me neither.
All right, little R2-D2 running around. Thank you so much, Secretary.
Now, of course, Elon sees the federal government as just an extension of one of his companies. So there is no surprise that he is sending the Secretary of Commerce out to tell people to buy his stock. This is insane. It's not an ethics violation. It's not corruption. It's not even criminal. It is something that is a step above this. This is just degrading of our government. This is completely embarrassing. It rises to a level even above criminality because it is just so disgusting and blatant. But it is also blatantly true that Elon is freaking out. It could not be more obvious. And it was all revealed on a leaked call inside Tesla that Chris A. reported on right here.
This is really the key point. All of this sort of weird back and forth, self-contradictory sort of, oh no, we would never do that. Those denials do show they do understand the problem here, right? Like even Donald Trump, it would not sit well with most Americans because, as Donald Trump notes, Elon's business in China makes it a gargantuan conflict of interest. China is the second largest market for Musk's Tesla car business. Did you know that? Do you know that Musk has multiple Tesla factories in China, including the company's largest production facility in the world, which you can see in this video, produced by China's state-run media company? Okay? That facility produced half of all Tesla cars in the world last year. Musk has staked Tesla's future on its operations in China. And this is an enormous vulnerability for him because right now, Tesla sales are plunging, especially in China. They used to be the hottest electric car in the world, but now they have lots of competition. They are getting their butts kicked in China by homegrown car maker BYD, company started as a battery maker, who has eaten Tesla's market share with cheaper cars that don't regularly combust or plow into traffic. This week, BYD unveiled a battery system that can charge an electric car in 5 minutes, roughly the same amount of time it takes to fill up a tank of gas. As a result, Tesla's China shipments dropped by half in February from a year earlier, just over 30,000 cars. That's the lowest monthly figure since July of 2022. And of course, this is part of a bigger story about just how brittle Elon Musk's wealth really is. Tesla is spiraling everywhere. The company just announced a recall of all of its Cybertrucks to repair body panels that won't stay on. That recall also tipped reporters off to how many Cybertrucks the secretive company has actually ever sold, which is less than 50,000. Then there are the protests, not just in the US, but worldwide demonstrations and boycotts of Tesla to oppose Musk's one-man war on the federal government, including his dalliances abroad, where he, like, for instance, endorsed the far-right party in Germany. Competitors are now encouraging Tesla owners to trade in their cars, and owners are doing that at a record pace. Tesla had accounted for a majority of Musk's wealth until this week, but now its stock has plummeted, over 40% of its value gone in the last 2 months. 40%. In an all-hands meeting this week, Musk, back at Tesla, begged employees to, quote, hang on to your stock. But get this, okay? In the past 3 months, top officials in Tesla, people at the top of the company, they have sold more than 745,000 shares in the company. In that same period, they have bought 0 shares of the company they work for. Not even a shameless Tesla sales pitch by the American president on the White House lawn can goose Musk's sales numbers. Like his wealth, Musk's mystique rests largely on the success of Tesla. And listen, that success is now anything but assured. Imagine how desperate and erratic that can make a man who's already, I don't know, at least by my perception, kind of desperate and erratic. A man who's been deputized to act as an extra-legal government enforcer, whose operatives are tapping into all of our data and sensitive systems, who, at least this morning, seemed headed to the Pentagon to hear all about our secret war plans with China, a country that represents Elon Musk's last best hope for saving his shaking business empire.
Elon is begging major shareholders, and he's also begging the employees at his companies to hold on to their stock as it continues to plummet, because obviously all of Elon's net worth is tied up in Tesla stock that continues to go down and down and down and down and down. Every day, like Tim Wall said, he's checking his phone. He gets a little boost when he sees that arrow pointing down, which it seems like it always is. Again, why Howard Lutnick had to go on TV and beg for Americans to buy Tesla stock. I just still can't even get over how crazy that was. It was so crazy that not even Caroline, leaving the most disingenuous liar in the White House, could possibly stand up for it.
In a follow-up question, the Commerce Secretary yesterday said that Tesla stock is something that Americans should be buying. Is that the stance of the administration, that people should be investing in? Is that something that the Commerce Secretary should be recommending?
I think the Commerce Secretary was reiterating that the president supports an American-made company like Tesla, who produces a very good product for the American people, which was beloved by the American people, particularly Democrats, until Elon Musk decided to vote for Donald Trump. And now we've seen despicable and unacceptable violence taking place across our country at Tesla dealerships against workers, employees, and also innocent Americans who drive these vehicles. It's actually a scary time in our country because of this political violence from the left, and the White House and the president's entire administration condemn it wholeheartedly.
Caroline.
We'll see you guys at 4 o'clock.
Caroline.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Caroline.
You know, things are bad when not even Caroline Leavitt tries to defend you. Obviously, she wouldn't be able to. She's not very good at her job, as we continue to see over and over again every single day. But she didn't even try. Her position was, I don't know, that sounds kind of insane. Then just ran away from the press, as she's like more often than not doing whenever asked a question that makes her uncomfortable. But again, we've talked about this. Republicans are creating the messaging void. They are creating the messaging vacuum because they are running away from the confrontation, because they really have no answers. But we do. It is why AOC and Bernie Sanders are out on the road calling out Elon Musk, calling out Donald Trump, and delivering actual eutions as they mobilize Democrats, independents, and Republicans across the country. And a great example of that came right here from AOC.
I believe is common sense. I believe in the wealthiest nation in the history of the world, when a person gets sick, they shouldn't go bankrupt. Common sense. I believe that a minimum wage should cover the minimum cost to live. Machines for investors and big banks to extort working families out of every last dollar that they have. Your government should fight to help you keep an affordable roof over your head. And finally, I believe that we must get big money out of politics and make clear that our country is not to scale. right-wing media will, thank you. Now, Fox News and right-wing, these American values are something out of the Communist Manifesto. That we believe these things because we went to some fancy school and read them in a book somewhere. But I can tell you, I don't believe in healthcare, labor, and human dignity because I'm an extremist. I believe these things because I was a waitress. Because I worked double shifts to keep the lights on. Because I did lose my dad as a kid and had to see my mom open the hospital bills a few days later. And I don't want us to live like this anymore. We deserve better. And this isn't just about Republicans. We need a Democratic Party that fights harder for us too. Choosing and voting for Democrats and elected officials who know how to stand for the working class. In Colorado, I want to thank you for working hard to make that happen. In fact, I want to tell you a little bit about Diana DeGette, whose district we're in right now. She's not here today. She just had a baby grandson born not too long ago, so I'm sending her our regards. But you know, Diana DeGette, she is one of the most powerful people in Congress on healthcare. She's in charge of the healthcare subcommittee. And Diana DeGette is a co-sponsor of Medicare for All. She believes in the guaranteed right to healthcare for every American. Thank you for electing her. Your senators, Michael Bennett and John Hickenlooper, stood strong against the deflation and voted no against Republican spending bill. You've got another hero in the House today, too, Representative Brittany Patterson. And she's right here. Brittany Patterson's right here.
This is what I love to see. It gets me so fired up. This is exactly the type of mobilization that we need in this moment, when people want to fight and look at the size of those crowds. I think yesterday it was almost 35,000 people in Colorado showed up to see AOC and Bernie Sanders speak, which, by the way, is a lot more than Donald Trump is able to bring in, and was even during the election. And I'm just begging AOC or Bernie Sanders, doesn't matter, either one. You have a couple more days of this Stop Oligarchy tour. Please just mention crowd size, please. You'll get Donald Trump so upset it would be so beautiful to see him do another crowd. Freak out. Do we need to get Barack Obama out there again? Do the insinuation about the size of stuff with Donald Trump. Please, I'm begging you, it would just be so great. AOC was instructing in S.H. Shing the rights that her constituents in her district have if they were to be approached by Donald Trump's thug ICE agents, and he threatened to deport her. I wonder what he would do if she mocked his crowd size. Like, would he just send someone to arrest her? I don't know. I would not want that to happen, but I certainly do want AOC to mock Donald Trump. And if she doesn't, we'll fill that void are going to be mocking Donald Trump on this show. And if you want to support that, we're allowed to have fun once in a while. Things are pretty bad. I think we need it. You can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I will see you soon.